Hey, fourth grade, it's Mrs. Andre here. Today, we're going to be doing a watercolor painting in class, and if you have watercolor, that'd be great if you could join us with that. Otherwise, you could always use color pencils or markers or crayons to color this in, but the point of this lesson is to kind of see how colors can kind of mix and flow together, so it's really helpful to have watercolor. If you would like to make watercolor at home, you need two things, water and food coloring. So if you want to do that, that's a good option for you. Otherwise, like I said, we can always do markers or color pencil, whatever at home. All right. So we're going to be doing warm and cool color autumn leaves today for our project. So normally when the trees are all beautiful with their colors, it's usually warm colors, that red, orange, and yellow. And to kind of make those colors pop more when we paint them, we're going to put the cool colors behind them. Green, blue, and purple. When you have those two very different things by each other, that's called contrast, all right? So two very different things, squishing them together, all right? It's kind of like my gray shirt and my purple contrast each other because they're different, all right? Also, the fact that we're doing warm and cool colors to contrast, it makes the leaves that we're drawing, or that we're going to be painting, have emphasis. So that means it really catches your attention. It's the first thing you're going to look at, all right? So let me switch camera and I'm going to briefly talk about how to draw some leaves, all right? So I have a really big piece of paper, so it might be hard to see the entire thing. It's almost as long as my arm, oh my goodness. We want to fit 3 leaves on here at least, and we want them about actual leaf size. So if you want to start with a pencil to get started in case you make a mistake, you want to change things, that's great. I'm going to start with a crayon right away. When you're done with pencil, you're going to go over it with crayon anyway to kind of help the watercolor from mixing in the leaves because you want to keep those warm colors. So if I start at the top of my paper here, my camera's always flipped from yours, so it's a little fun. I get to draw upside down. There's a lot of different types of leaves in the world, so you can kind of draw whatever kind of leaf you want. I'm going to start by drawing kind of a maple leaf. So I'll always start with like a long stem in the middle because the leaf kind of grows around that shape, and there's going to be a little bit of a stem here. All right. It has kind of these veins, if you look at a leaf, they go through them, and I'm going to kind of put where I want the other main parts of my maple leaf to go. So I'm going to kind of make it a little, almost look like a fork right now, or a little like wiggly fork, I should say. I'm going to put 2 more a little lower, because usually these types of leaves have 5 main points going off them, okay? I'm going to start simple. If you wanted to add itty bitty ones in here, like little tiny veins or these little bits, you could, but I'm going to keep it simple today and just do the 5 main ones. Okay, from here we're going to kind of do almost like bat wings, where we kind of do a lot of curving, swooping. All right, so we're going to start with a point up here. I even do a point above it because I like to do above it. We're going to swoop down and above this one. Okay, it's not quite touching it, we're a little bit above, and you are free to do a couple of them in between. Okay, do a little swoop, and I want to kind of come up where those points are. All right, so this one's going to be a little bigger gap here. Whoop. And then once you get to the bottom right here, we kind of just do little wavies down below it. Okay, so I'm going to kind of change this to like whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. You're also welcome to look at pictures online if you want to look, or even if you find a leaf outside, you could kind of go around it with pencil first. I think maybe I'm going to add a couple more of these little veiny guys in here because I felt like I had a really big hole right there. All right, so there's kind of a maple leaf. I think another great leaf to do is a very simple leaf, kind of from a birch, if I'm not mistaken. It looks almost more like a feather. So I'm going to draw another leaf here. As I said, I want to draw at least 3 big leaves, about the life size. And draw one of my stems, my veins of my leaf. And all I'm going to do is do a point, flare out, and come back in. Kind of looks like an eyeball with a line going through it. So I'm going to go up, and down, and up, and down. All right. You could draw some of those, like those veins, those lines in there again. And when you're using crayon, you want to push down pretty hard. All right. And maybe, let me see, maybe I'll do an oak leaf too. That's a little bit more blobby. So those are nice, really tall leaves again. I'm going to do down and up. And I'm going to do some little shorter ones here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. Same idea as the maple, they're just a little bit closer to the middle. And for this one, we're going to do kind of more lumpies because I think they're red oak trees, less pointy. The W has the, I gotta look that up again. If you want them to be pointy, you can, but it's up to you. Kind of wiggly wobbly, kind of going on here. More wavy than the other leaf. Okay, so here, we're gonna start coloring these in. If you have watercolor, remember we're doing warm colors in our leaves here, and then the cool colors around the outside. I can switch my camera back here. All right. So I'm looking for 3 leaves and warm and cool colors. Let me quick show you an example I have on the board. Because we're talking about how we want the colors to kind of mix a little bit if you are doing watercolor. All right. So I shouldn't just see like a big blob, and there's like a line right next to it. It's kind of fun to see how they can mix together. It should almost look like tie-dye when we're all done. For my leaves, my suggestion to you is to start with yellow in the middle so you see it, because yellow is one of those colors we talked about that gets kind of yucky right away. If you mix it with any other color, if you mix a little bit of green in, it turns really green. If you mix a little bit of orange, it turns really light orange. So start with yellow in the middle, and then orange, and then kind of yellow on the outsides. All right, so if you don't have watercolor, like I said, markers work okay. You could even get a little brush and brush with marker because it might make it bleed, which might be kind of a cool effect. So I'm kind of excited to see what you come up with here. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. Please turn these into the Google Classroom so I can mark them off in my book. You got them all in. And I'm looking forward to see your beautiful warm colored art. Happy creating.